The ever-popular Japanese arcade fighting game Tekken meshed with Pokemon in 2015 in the arcades, 1 year later on the Wii U, and finally a deluxe edition released during the launch year for Nintendo Switch. Since then, it's become a bit of a lost memory in terms of Pokemon spin-offs, and didn't become the esports contender Nintendo set it up to be. This unique-ish fighting game lets you take control over 20 of the most popular Pokemon and pits them against each other in a technically superior experience to any turn-based battles in the Pokemon series. As compared to other more complicated fighting games, it is certainly not as deep and complex, and it lands in a nice middle gray area. Since it is a simplified mashup of the Pokemon and Tekken series, it's more complicated than Super Smash Bros., but less complicated than a Street Fighter. The playable Pokemon in each of their movesets have never or may never look as good as the mainline Pokemon games, with Pokemon designs akin to the Detective Pikachu film, with realistic fur and skin for each respective Pokemon. Each Pokemon fighter has movesets that they can legitimately learn in the mainline titles, and features status buffs, physical attacks, and projectiles. Online play is still surprisingly active and smooth considering Nintendo Switch Online's track record, and the game is nearly 6 years old. There's a wealth of veteran fighting game mechanics built into Pokken that I personally can't comprehend, but they don't take away from the overall 1v1 experience. The combos and movesets are simple to remember and pull off, enough that you can use half a Joy-Con to play the game, but since the game was designed around a directional pad, the movement during the 3D phases gets a bit clunky. The single player is a good start to learn each of the Pokemon's movesets, and extra modes are really nice for a remix in long sessions. I wouldn't recommend playing Pokken Tournament on the tiny Switch screen, as some elements from the dodge cues are washed away in the bigger details. I've never played the arcade version or the Wii U version, so I now feel satisfied playing this game in its deluxe edition. Pokken Tournament DX is an excellent fighting game on the same level of enjoyment as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but 6 years later, and without much content after the single-player experience, it would be wise to pick it up on a discount if you can. Pokken Tournament DX catches itself in B tier, but I hope Pokemon continues to dip their toes into the live Pokemon fighting outside of the Smash games.